Don't get overly excited. 30K might not just be the start. 30K might be a level we stay at for a pretty long time, at least until the end of the year. Why do I think that's a good possibility? Because when we look at an infographic shared by Benjamin Cohen on his Twitter channel, so this is his YouTube, a very nice data-driven channel discussing the crypto developments, Ben Cohen shared the following graphic on his Twitter. What do we see here? We see Bitcoin's year-to-date performance. We see two kinds of performances here. In turquoise, we've got the performance of this year. And currently, we are roughly at 80%. So Bitcoin went up 80% year-to-date. What do we see in gray, though? We see an average of the performances from the beginning of the year to the end of the year for the years 2015 to 2019. Why is this so interesting? It's interesting because it shows that most of Bitcoin's performance tends to happen in the first half of the year, the first 180 days, and then we tend to simply just trend sideways. The summer tends to be rather boring, which kind of makes intuitive sense, right? During the summer months, you might not be stuck at the screen that much, you might not be following the crypto news as actively, and as a result, you might not be buying as much crypto. And so, historically, we simply either went slightly downwards, or if you compare this to the current level, pretty much sideways. But it is an average, right? And sometimes we rally at the end of the year. We had this, for example, in 2020, right? When we came out of the Corona crash and went all the way up to 36K. We also had this in 2017. Again, we went up all the way and we made an all-time high, which then subsequently led to the crypto winter, where we went down by more than 80%. So what does this mean? I think a relatively weak performance until the end of the year might not be too bad. Historically, when we have seen Bitcoin rallying, even in the second half of the year, we tended to peak afterwards. We tended to even see a crypto winter afterwards. We went down by 70 or 80%. But if the mania did not kick in, if the summer was actually relatively slow, then the market didn't necessarily get overheated. So we could trend upwards for longer. It's always dangerous to have too much price appreciation in too short of a time frame, because then you cannot mobilize enough capital to continue the rally. Attention has to build up. Adoption has to build up, and that does take time. People have to learn about crypto. People have to understand the advantages. People need to have time to save even. So in general, things look positive, but don't be disappointed if we simply just hover around this current price for a while. It can very much happen, and if it does, and at least for the long term, it's probably a net positive. That's at least how I interpret this chart. Again, shared by Ben Cohen. Feel free to check him out. Into the Cryptoverse is the channel name. Feel free to also join us on Telegram. So if you've got Telegram, simply search for Bitcoin Strategy Channel within the app. I hang around there regularly, looking forward to chat with you. Bye bye.